And we're here at the home of the Mustang Broncos here in the first round of the state playoffs. Fort Gibson about to play Victory Christian. Both teams really fairly evenly matched. They played once already in the season. Victory Christian won that game by a point. What are we expecting to see here?
Well, we're expecting to see come out in tradition. We're expected to win this game, or we expect ourselves to win this game. There's a lot of ride-on tradition. The last time we haven't made the state tournament, I was 6 years old. I'm 21 years old now. So it's tradition here. I don't think people realize really how much of a joy it is to be here just because we are so used to it. And you'd really have to go ask another program. What's it like not to make the state tournament? What's the feeling you get when you finally make it to really understand just how big of an opportunity it is to be here? So, it's always a great time to come up here for the weekend. You get to see a lot of good basketball, but it's really good when it's your own team. And the Fort Gibson Lady Tigers have made a household name for themselves in the state tournament. And several of these girls looking to come back. We are the defending state champions. I don't care who the number one team is in the state right now. We are still the ones defending that title.
Yeah.
So, we got a great matchup here tonight in Victory Christian coming out, and we lost to them this year. And I think almost every loss I think we've had this year, correct me if I'm wrong, we have either avenged that loss or won prior to that first matchup. We beat Inola, and then Inola came back, beat us, and then we avenged that loss. Beat Sequoia, but then Sequoia beat us. And I think there was maybe one other team that we got beat by and we avenged, and this is the one team we have not. So I think this would be it's a team that knows each other, and we have history with this school. Not much with the girls' side, but on the boys' side, the boys have gone up against each other quite a few times in the last few years. So I'm looking for a great game between two top teams here in the state.
Excuse me, I said they won by a point last time. Victory Christian actually won by 4 points.
4 points.
30-26, their first time in the season. And like you mentioned, the Lady Tigers, their 15th straight time going to the state tournament. And, of course, this year there was some obstacles along the way. Area, they had to get through the consolation side of area, and there was some really good games in. The first round against Grove, they won in overtime. They played a Veneta team that they had already lost to. So the Fort Gibson Lady Tigers have had their challenges this year with some really good 4A girls basketball teams, and I think that's because I really just think that the 4A class is getting a lot better. Basketball-wise.
And you look at it, Elgin, Anadarko, Newcastle, Classen, all these teams have been here for years and years and years. Fort Gibson, Victory Christian's the one team, the lone team, that this is only their second appearance up here in March.
Yeah.
So a lot of these coaches, they're household names. There's a few that didn't make it this year that are usually up here, but it's consistency and culture that wins state championships.
And it seems like every single year, Fort Gibson loses some players. They lost some players from last year's team, Shield Knight and Glover.
Four really good seniors.
Yeah.
They lost, I think, 6 overall.
Yeah. But it just seems like they reload every year.
Yeah, they lost 4 starters, and 3 of the 4 of those, went and signed and played college ball. All 4 of those starters could have went and played college ball last year.
Yeah. This year, some of the key members on this team, Zoe Whiteley, we talk about her a lot and the speed that she has. She's going to handle the ball for the majority of the game for the Tigers. And then Danielle, of course, down low, has done a phenomenal job this season already. And then the London sisters, really, their whole lineup can be deadly at any point in the game.
I think one of the big things to look for today will be transition defense, how the Tigers react with that, and obviously want to control the glass. But mainly I'm going to focus on transition defense because, yes, they have size on their advantage against most teams. They usually have that height mismatch. However, they do not have the quickness matchup and the advantage, which they had last year and they've had in recent years.
Yeah.
So that's the main thing I want to look at is getting stops in transition, making sure we're getting back and not allowing a lot of easy baskets because, layups, a lot of times layups win you basketball games.
And I'm going to contribute, a lot of our transition game to Danielle because, she's the tallest player on the team, but she runs in transition so well. You see her all the time. She'll get way ahead of the rest of the players on the court, and sometimes we hit her, sometimes we don't see her, but she's really good in that transition game and getting out there.
Yeah, Fort Gibson, they've done a great job of developing these posts here, and one thing they've always been really good at, like you said, is running the floor no matter who it is. that post slide, it will always be good at running the floor. Hannah Johnson's good at it. Danielle Johnson's good at it. You look at the posts you've had in recent years, if it's Zoe Shield Knight and Nana Wallace, if you're a good post and you want to play at Fort Gibson, you will run the floor.
Yeah. And Fort Gibson is going to have a little bit more length this time around. You know, they've got Reese Webb back kind of around the start of the playoffs is when she came back, and she's getting a lot better on her foot. You know, that was her originally, and now it's starting to get a lot better, and she's starting to really find her confidence here late in the postseason. Yeah,
and you see the man right there, Chuck London. Not a guy who just won here. He was a several-time winner of this Coach of the Year in Oklahoma, but he won at Bristow. This guy, I mean, this program's already golden, and people may have worried when Jerry David Walker stepped down 2 years ago, but no worry at all, because this guy, he has got this program running and hitting on all cylinders. There's not been a step back taken at all.
No, definitely not.
And then, I mean, you look at the rest of that coaching staff. I think they've done a great job putting people around him to continue to be successful.
So both teams gathering at center court here for a pregame prayer.
Yeah, we just saw the game before this, Classen down by 14, came back, made it a game, went to overtime.
Oh my gosh, what a game that was. You know, I thought Classen was going to pull it out. They got on a big run late in the fourth quarter, and then, you know, Elgin was able to hold on, and in overtime ended up beating them really on free throws is kind of what it came down to. And the transition game, Elgin did a pretty good job in transition.
You love to see the sportsmanship between both teams. Being with the prayer, it's something, I think it just as a former student of Fort Gibson, makes you really proud to see.
Yeah.
And here we have the starting lineups for the Tigers.
Zoe Whiteley, first, you know, we talk about her and how fast she is and how good she is handling the ball. She's gonna score a lot of points tonight. She's gonna do a lot of work for the Lady Tigers tonight. Bailey London, really good spot-up shooter, has a ton of length at 6 foot, uses her wingspan on the outside perimeter really to get a lot of steals and force turnovers of that nature. Reese Webb, just an all-around athlete. You know, she can do anything on the court when she wants to, you know. And then Kenzie London, the other London sister, and she's, her basketball IQ is just so good. You watch her, and it seems like she's always in the right spot at the right time, and she's going to be all over the floor today. And then Danielle, of course, the post player, the big post player for Fort Gibson, and she scores so many points every game, and she's a big factor for this Lady Tigers. So Reese is in the starting lineup, and I expect her to have a pretty important role in this game because she kind of does, you know, we've talked about how she's kind of a Swiss Army knife. You know, she just kind of does everything. She can go down low. Yeah. She can defend on the perimeter. She can really do anything.
Yeah, she is one of the more versatile players I think we've seen here in a while here at Fort Gibson. Just seconds underway from tip-off here. Tigers come out in the red uniforms. And Victory Christian in white.
And Victory Christian is ranked number 7 in the state right now. Fort Gibson ranked number 4. Danielle gonna go up for the tip. And Victory Christian wins the tip. So they'll get the ball first. Fort Gibson settling into a zone look right off the bat.
And Summers, the leading scorer for Victory Christian, looking to start out hot here today. Get off to an early lead.
She thought about it. Fort Gibson with the double team. Victory Christian taking their time right off the bat, not trying to rush into anything.
And they've got a pretty solid look. It just did not go in at all. Not a great shot. Good look, though.
And a huge part of this game is going to be rebounding for Fort Gibson in the area championship against Inola. The first half, you know, they weren't boxing out and they were getting beat. And then the second half, they did an amazing job boxing out and really just made the most of every possession. And that's kind of how they drew their lead in the second half.
Starting out, staying in this zone, extending it.
for Gibson, trying to trap in the corner.
That's great defense by Danielle Johnson. Went straight up. She was vertical. Didn't try to body and get a foul. That's a lot of times players make that mistake and get in foul trouble early. There's a little pin down for Daniel Johnson. Gets wide open. The flex action, just misses the shot.
And we saw her hit a deep three against Inola. Buzzer beater at the end of the first half. And I haven't seen her take that shot a lot this season, but if she gets confident with that and starts to hit that, that's going to be a huge weapon for Fort Gibson later on in this game. That's something Victory Christian won't be expecting.
And Reese really moving well down low. Just an athletic catch and an athletic move.
That is Ruthie Udemo. So Victory Christian scores first. Nice drive there by Bailey London. That's what you like to see from Bailey London.
She had a height mismatch there. She took advantage inside.
And Bailey's gotten a lot better at that as the season has gone along, where she's gotten better with the fake, really, from outside the arc. And teams have to respect that because of how good of a three-point shooter she is. Danielle with a nice rebound there.
Tigers got lucky there on that sequence. Didn't do a great job on the defensive boards. Gave Victory Christian another look. Luckily, they missed a wide-open layup. I think just rolled off Webb's hands.
Yeah.
A solid drive, though. Webb's one of those straight line drivers. She goes right to the rim, just glides through the paint.
For Gibson, kind of out of a 3-2 look. We'll see how much of a role Udemo plays later on with that inside presence against that kind of 3-2 defense.
And they're having Webb right now staying on or not bump out on the coverage. Having Kids in the line cover down all of the corner. There she goes.
Uh-oh. Missed three there.
Another rebound. It's one of the weaknesses of the zone sometimes is you're in that position, but it's a lot harder to put a body on someone where you don't know where they're at.
Yeah. And we have seen quite a bit the Lady Tigers start out in man, and they're not doing that. It's interesting they're not doing that in this game because they've done that for the majority of their games this season. Make the other team beat them out of man and then go to zone if they have to.
And you don't want that ball going high post. A lot of times what Victory Christian's done is they'll get to the corner early and try to enter their offense to the post and the low post and then look at all the options.
Yeah.
And Fort Gibson did a great job taking away that high post besides that last possession.
Reese doing a good job there of kind of reading the next pass. Bailey London has a chance to shoot from the corner, and she hits it. Lady Tigers get out to a 5-2 lead.
Nothing but nylon there. You love always seeing the first one go in because it gives you confidence for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
And all good shooters need is to see that ball go in one time before they go off. A nice collapse by Zoe.
Open three from the corner for Summers, and she hits it.
It's the last person you want hitting that.
Yeah. Summers averaging 16 points a game this season. She's going to probably carry the scoring load for the Victory Christian.
I think Ryan Wakely took that timeout. I didn't see who called it, but I'm curious. I wonder what he's saying in it right now because, they're getting everything they want. I think, judging by momentum, I think Victory Christian has it right now. They're getting all the missed rebounds, missed shots on the rebounds. They're cleaning the glass. However, they're not converting. They're not making those easy shots. So I think that might be the thing he wants to execute more. But right now, I think the advantage is to Victory Christian.
Victory Christian, right off the bat, they seem very athletic. That they don't have a ton of length. They have a couple players that are a little over 6 foot, but what they really, they're really just all athletic.
Yeah, they're quick.
And we'll see if they try and use some of that speed to maybe neutralize Whiteley who often uses her speed to score most of her points.
And right now they're shadowing Danielle Johnson in the post. They're going to have someone play 3/4 over the top of her and then drop that help side back on her so they can't throw a great – that pass, that post-injury pass has got to be spot on or else they're not going to get into her. She drew 2. There's one in the corner.
Kenzie's going to take that shot, and she hits it. Kenzie London, both the London sisters starting out hot.
And that's a great find by Whiteley. She drew 2 on the baseline. She found Kenzie London open. Hit the back of Reese Webb, but we still got the ball there. That's all that matters.
And credit to London with the quick trigger.
And another great possession there by Daniel Johnson. Staying vertical, being smart, not getting any dumb fouls here early.
Yeah, neither team has a foul right now. Or that's what it says.
Oh, solid blob right there, baseline of bounds. She's doing, again, good shots. She's not falling right now. They're getting the looks they want.
Yeah. A lot of open corner threes they've taken.
And I think if you're Coach London, you're okay with that. Besides Summers, I think you're going to let the Wakeleys shoot the ball.
Yeah. Nice drive by
drive.
Reese.
And I think she got it behind that. They're called a foul. Solid drive and dumped it by Reese Webb.
Reese doing that a lot early in the game here.
Yep.
And she has gotten so much better with that quick first step. You know, she's getting the power off of it that she needs to get now. And that is such a deadly weapon because she can beat her man so many times. Emma Wofford coming in for Bailey London. That'll be the first substitution for the Lady Tigers.
You don't have to be a track star as long as you get that quick first step. That's half the battle.
Almost a travel there. The Lady Tigers staying in that zone defense. Lady Tigers doing a good job of rotating. Victory Christian's trying to trap them into the double team. They're trying to get that corner shot.
Well, that's that's where the weaknesses of this zone right there is, those corners.
Danielle looking to screen. Zoe Riley comes off the screen.
She's got to be careful, make sure she's set. A great find by Daniel Johnson.
Emma Walker with the 3.
She knows the double team's coming, so she's not waiting for it. She's kicking as soon as that ball comes. It's a smart player right there. Great high IQ.
What a 3-2 by Emma Wofford. And she's going to hit those. She is such a good three-point shooter. Another post move from Udino.
Another given up offensive rebound. And again, if you're Victory Christian, you're getting everything you want right now besides the shots falling. You're getting to the line, you're getting offensive rebounds. These shots just are not dropping.
But give it to the Lady Tigers for making them take tough shots. You know, I mean, they've gotten the shots they wanted, the corner threes.
You're right.
But every time they go inside, they have a hand in their face. And the Lady Tigers seem content on letting them shoot that corner 3 like you mentioned earlier. Mallory Baker coming in for the Lady Tigers. Coming in for Danielle.
You call 3 in the lane. I think it could have been on Reese Webb or Mallory Baker.
And it's almost good to see they're calling that because a lot of times they don't call that.
Yeah, you're right. A lot of times they'll call it when a coach screams it, then they'll look, and then there'll be 3 more seconds.
Nice job there by Kenzie London, basically guarding two players. Nice 3 there.
That nice cushion, no longer there.
Victory Christian has made it a 1-possession game now, under a minute left. Ooh, I almost thought she should have taken that shot.
Rejects that ball screen.
A steal there from Udino, and she's going to go up. And again, another rebound. Nice job there by Zoe Whiteley. Nice hands. Fort Gibson Lady Tigers maybe looking to run out the clock and have a last possession here. They've gone 5 out. Maybe thinking they're
going for that last shot. There's a kick. Oh, she keeps it.
And she does draw the foul. That was a nice drive there by Zoe. I kind of thought that was coming, with the lane wide open and her trying to kind of draw her defender outside more and more. This would be 2 huge free throws here if they can make this a 2-possession game going into the second quarter. She misses the first. She misses the second, too. Victory Christian's going to just run out the clock.
Big.
So 11-9, Fort Gibson Lady Tigers up by 2 at the end of the first quarter, and so far a pretty competitive game. I almost think, Victory Christian's taken a lot more shots. They just, with all the offensive rebounds they've had, they just haven't been hitting as many or as high of a percentage as Fort Gibson has been hitting. So we're going to go to commercial. This is FortGibsonTigers.tv, and we'll be back in the second quarter.
Cornerstone Funeral Home and Crematory wish to personally invite you and your family to come tour the newest funeral home and the only crematory in Muskogee. Cornerstone welcomes the opportunity to answer any questions regarding planning and pre-arrangements for you and your loved ones. At Cornerstone, you'll find a helpful professional staff and beautiful surroundings. Come experience the difference at Cornerstone Funeral Home, 1830 North York, Muskogee, where you will find faces you know and reputations you trust.
And we're back here at the home of the Mustang Broncos here in the first round of the state tournament. The Fort Gibson Lady Tigers playing Victory Christian. They're up 11-9 in the first quarter, and so far a really competitive game here. The Fort Gibson Lady Tigers jumping out to a zone defense here in the first quarter, haven't gone to man at all, which is something they do, they start to creep towards that as the season has gone along. Later in these later games, they start to play more and more zone, mostly because, these teams are getting better and better.
Yeah, and I don't expect to come out of that zone. Victory Christian hasn't given them really a reason to. The only thing about it is they're not getting the rebounds they want right now. But I think you just got to hop on that, and it's an effort thing. You got to make sure you're blocking out and finding bodies.
Victory Christian has 4 out on the perimeter from the majority of this play.
The only thing I think that will take Fort Gibson out of his zone if someone just gets hot from 3.
Udino hits a 3. And that was kind of surprising because I thought she was going to be more of just mainly an inside presence, but if she can step out and hit that shot, that's a huge boost for Victory Christian. Udino has scored 6 out of 12 of Victory Christian's points. Fort Gibson has Danielle and Reese back in the game out of the high post. Victory Christian doing a good job of staying on their man, come around those screens.
Solid screen there. Daniel Johnson. Soft hedge there. I think I'm tired. I might want to slip that and get Johnson open on a dive to the rim.
I almost thought she got fouled right there. So it looks like Wiley's going to stay on Summers the whole time.
And that was a good look right there to kick that ball out. It just not the right pass. Not a good pass.
Good defense there.
Wiley, she's taking all the pressure for that defense. She's doing a good job running off that ball screen, but she needs to find the roll because Daniel Johnson's wide open in those last two. Long off the rim, another off the rebound there for Victory Christian.
Udino is flying all over the court getting rebounds right now.
Ball foul there. I think it was on Summers. Mallory Baker checking in for Reese Webb.
They're looking for Danielle down low.
Yeah, and they're trying to have her set screens for other people just so there is some other action so they don't have to focus all on her and then post her up. But Victor Christian doing a great job seeing through it all right now and staying in focus. The high post split there followed by a ball screen.
Nice three there by Zoe Whiteley off the mark. Mallory Baker with almost the rebound. Victory Christian recovers. Oh, there's a wide open. Oh, man, Fort Gibson did a good job of getting back in transition there.
Nice pass.
Nice defense.
Daniel Johnson, and again, doing a great job just being vertical.
And Danielle doesn't have any points so far in the game, which is fairly unusual, but what she's lacking on the offensive side, she's making up for on the defensive side. She's been a huge presence down low for the Lady Tigers. It's a traveling on Victory Christian. And both teams very willing to settle into their half-court defenses here.
Yeah, you're right. We haven't seen a press yet.
And that's a turnover for the Lady Tigers. Victory Christian is starting to get the momentum back now. Not a whole lot of substitutions here in the first half. Victory Christian kind of rolling a six-man rotation. Lady Tigers.
Yeah, the Tigers junking it up like you said earlier. Having Zoe Whiteley as a chaser on Summers.
It's obvious they do not want Summers to score. They think that she is the primary threat, and they're going to try and shut her down all game.
Right through the legs of London. Ball out of bounds. Webb checking right back in.
Reese Webb checking back in. And so far, the London sisters have scored 8 out of the 11 points for the Lady Tigers.
Yeah, and it's been a long, slow run, but Victory Christian's on a 9-0 run.
A three there.
And it's dangerous, helping off one pass away.
Again, Victory Christian dominating on the offensive glass. Fort Gibson kind of getting lucky there on the rebound.
Oh, great. Oh, she just lost on the drive. She got her. Good job getting her defender in the air to go and give her an angle. She just lost it. I didn't know if someone poked it free or she just lost the handle on it.
Fort Gibson sticking to that zone, kind of that 3-2 extended look. They're going to trap in the corner. There's going to be a wide open corner three for Summers. And she hits it.
12-0 run for Victory Christian.
The Lady Tigers in desperate need of some momentum here.
Yeah, and I think if you're Coach Lona right now, I mean, the one thing that Victory Christian has done better than you is get second looks. Just get more shots. The reason why they're having more shots falling is because they've had more shots attempted. Yeah. And you've got to find a way to fix that. And that's not an X's and O thing. That's just a thing you just got to get tough and block out and just put your chin down and go rebound.
Mm-hmm. And this is kind of what happened in the Inola game as well. In that game, Fort Gibson did a lot better job in the second half. We mentioned earlier of them boxing out. And that's kind of what got them back into the game because they started to get their own possessions and they started to get into the flow of their offense. Right now, Victory Christian is getting every look that it wants. It's not hitting all of them, but it's getting every look.
Yeah. The great thing for both teams, mainly the Tigers though right now, is since they played a zone, they only have one foul.
Yeah.
So that's the good thing. No one's in foul trouble. And then Victory Christian has 3. And we only had 3 minutes left to play in the half.
Danielle's going to take that. She almost hits it.
Someone's got to stop ball. No one does. You really don't like having a guard get downhill into the lane like that. Good thing she brought it back out.
Udno's looking for that height advantage over Whiteley in the high post. They're going to call it out on Fort Gibson.
First time I actually took upon a game here, and it is a nice facility. Once again, we're back here with the 4A World State quarterfinal matchup here. So the first round,
Victory Christian trying to get Summers a look.
the winners today.
They're going to want her to score more.
Impatient, move the ball around the perimeter.
Traveling is called. That time on Bella Wakely, who is, we've talked about, she's a freshman. There's 2 sisters, Bella and Jaxie, and Jaxie's a junior and Bella's a freshman. So both the coach's daughters. You don't see that a whole lot. You don't see a freshman starting in the playoffs. That's
right. We have a duo on the other side, so both have a head coach and 2 daughters playing.
Yeah. And things getting kind of physical down low between Kinsey and Bella. They're on the low block. That's going to be Victory Christian's 4th foul. Bailey London with a chance for a jumper.
Nearly intercepted there by Victory Christian. I'm going to say Bailey London got it with her body.
And that's her first foul.
Don't want that ball to go high post.
Udno
or low post. Again, a pretty solid defense there. They had two players on her, and she did a great athletic catch and followed by a great post-entry pass.
And it looked like Victory Christian was trying to get that pass a little bit earlier because they saw the height advantage between Udno and Wofford. But a good job. Udno's so athletic. Wofford is open 3 in the perimeter, but Victory Christian gets back on defense.
Nice baseline drive. Go one more. A little slow. That's a good call.
Foul called on the older Wakely. And that is one good thing about, Bailey London. She uses that length, and you never have to worry about an inbounds pass when she's out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. It's a huge asset. That's a double dribble.
Fort Gibson, a lot more turnovers here in the second quarter.
Oh, they haven't scored here in the second quarter, have they?
No, they haven't. In fact, it is a 10-0 in the second quarter for Victory Christian.
Still on that 14-0 run now. Solid close out there by Baker. Brings a little more quickness to the table. And good defense there by Wofford.
Good rebound by Reese Webb. Did a good job of getting in position.
There she is.
Kenzie's going to shoot that jumper.
That's not a shot you see taking a whole lot that long.
Yeah.
That long, too.
And it seems like the Lady Tigers might be rushing their shots a little. You'd like for them to maybe slow down. She was wide open there,
Yeah.
There's no need to rush that.
Well, it's close 5.
And they're going to get the foul called. It's going to go on Baker for Gibson's 4th foul. And honestly, this has just been a dominant second quarter here for Victory Christian.
Mm-hmm.
Open 3 there off the mark.
That's over the back.
That is one thing that's going for Fort Gibson is Victory Christian has a really low percentage on their three-pointers tonight.
They haven't had any really solid looks from 3 besides Daniel Johnson had some good looks. Missed both of them. No shot up.
And that's going to be the end of the second quarter. Victory Christian 19, Fort Gibson 11. What a quarter there for Victory Christian. Fort Gibson needing to go into this half, trying to maybe change the game plan a little bit because Victory Christian just has everything figured out right now. So this is FortGibsonTigers.tv, and we'll be back at the half.
Fort Gibson Education Foundation's desire is to help our students receive the best possible education our community can provide. We make every effort to be the highest quality educational system in the state. Donations equal opportunities, opportunities for students and teachers to be their best.
An opportunity to build, design, and compete.
An opportunity to create, design, and share.
An opportunity to encourage, develop, and provide.
An opportunity to travel, process, and gain real-world knowledge.
An opportunity to honor, celebrate, and inspire.
When you donate to our Fort Gibson Education Foundation, 100% of what you donate goes back into our classrooms for students and teachers so we can give them as many opportunities as possible. We are your Fort Gibson Education Foundation.
Cornerstone Funeral Home and Crematory wish to personally invite you and your family to come tour the newest funeral home and the only crematory in Muskogee. Cornerstone welcomes the opportunity to answer any questions regarding planning and pre-arrangements for you and your loved ones. At Cornerstone, you'll find a helpful professional staff and beautiful surroundings. Come experience the difference at Cornerstone Funeral Home, 1830 North York, Muskogee, where you will find faces you know and reputations you trust.
Renfro Electric has been in business for over 35 years and is a full-service electrical contractor for all of Oklahoma. We are able to serve our customers with superior craftsmanship and top-notch service. With over 40 employees and a bonding capacity in excess of $6 million, we can handle those larger jobs but are still small enough to provide the personal service our customers have come to expect. For any electrical needs, give us a call at 918-687-7535.
If you're looking for some local entertainment, look no further than Green Country Lanes, located on South York Street in Muskogee, a prime place for open bowling, birthday parties, and glow bowling. Come on out to Green Country Lanes, where bowling is a sport for those who have talent to spare. This broadcast is brought to you by Cornerstone Funeral Home and Crematory, Keith's Hardware and Supply, Renfro Electric, Fort Gibson Education Foundation, Info Media, Dr. Debbie Coy, The Tiger's Den, Garrett Family Funeral Home, Fort Gibson State Bank, Fort Gibson Nursing Home, and Green Country Lanes and Muskogee Skate Center.
Keith Hardware and Supply has been located in Fort Gibson, Oklahoma since 1957. We strive to find solutions to your fix and offer a multitude of quality products and services such as Stihl chainsaws, Yeti coolers, Cub Cadet mowers, Johnsard mowers, case knives, and Big Green egg grills. In early 2015, Keith Hardware remodeled and added hundreds of new items to better serve their customers. At Keith's Hardware, we're proud supporters of all Fort Gibson school events. Go Tigers!
Fort Gibson Education Foundation's desire is to help our students receive the best possible education our community can provide. We make every effort to be the highest quality educational system in the state. Donations equal opportunities, opportunities for students and teachers to be their best.
An opportunity to build, design, and compete.
An opportunity to create, design, and share.
An opportunity to encourage, develop, and provide.
An opportunity to travel, process, and gain real-world knowledge.
An opportunity to honor, celebrate, and inspire.
When you donate to our Fort Gibson Education Foundation, 100% of what you donate goes back into our classrooms for students and teachers so we can give them as many opportunities as possible. We are your Fort Gibson Education Foundation.
Cornerstone Funeral Home and Crematory wish to personally invite you and your family to come tour the newest funeral home and the only crematory in Muskogee. Cornerstone welcomes the opportunity to answer any questions regarding planning and pre-arrangements for you and your loved ones. At Cornerstone, you'll find a helpful professional staff and beautiful surroundings. Come experience the difference at Cornerstone Funeral Home, 1830 North York, Muskogee, where you will find faces you know and reputations you trust.
Renfro Electric has been in business for over 35 years and is a full-service electrical contractor for all of Oklahoma. We are able to serve our customers with superior craftsmanship and top-notch service. With over 40 employees and a bonding capacity in excess of $6 million, we can handle those larger jobs but are still small enough to provide the personal service our customers have come to expect. For any electrical needs, give us a call at 918-687-7535.
If you're looking for some local entertainment, look no further than Green Country Lanes, located on South York Street in Muskogee, a prime place for open bowling, birthday parties, and glow bowling. Come on out to Green Country Lanes, where bowling is a sport for those who have talent to spare. Fort Gibson's only locally and family-owned funeral home is committed to the community of Fort Gibson, Muskogee, and surrounding areas. It's our mission at Clifford D. Garrett Funeral Home to facilitate meaningful ways for families to grieve their loss and celebrate the memories of their loved ones. Call Cliff at 918-478-2555 or come visit 1224 East Poplar in Fort Gibson. This broadcast is brought to you by Cornerstone Funeral Home and Crematory, Keith's Hardware and Supply, Renfro Electric, Fort Gibson Education Foundation, Info Media, Dr. Debbie Coy, The Tiger's Den, Garrett Family Funeral Home, Fort Gibson State Bank, Fort Gibson Nursing Home, and Green Country Lanes and Muskogee Skate Center.
And we're back here at the home of the Mustang Broncos here in the first round of the state tournament. The first half just ended between the Victory Christian Conquerors and the Fort Gibson Tigers, and Victory Christian up 19-11. Huge second quarter by Victory Christian, went on a 10-0 run in that quarter, and then a 14-0 run from the end of the first quarter into the second
still
quarter.
going because the Tigers have still yet to score since.
And it just seems like Victory Christian right now is doing a really good job of getting on the offensive board. Fort Gibson not boxing out quite well enough, and a big part of that is Udno and how, her vertical ability, and she's just been dominating inside for Victory Christian so far in this game. And then Fort Gibson has had some turnovers here in the second quarter that they're going to have to clean up if they want to stay in it in the second half, because they're turning the ball over too much, and Victory Christian's getting a lot of transition points. Although they have settled into their half-court offense more out of that transition than you would like to see if you're Victory Christian.
Well, and one thing is, yes, they're turning the ball over. They're not turning the ball over because there's a lot of pressure. They're just turning the ball over because there's a lot of bad passes.
Yeah. One thing Fort Gibson hasn't done a pretty good job is holding Jim Summers to 6 points. She averages 16 on the season. She's a huge part of this team in the scoring for it. And Fort Gibson's kind of done that in a multitude of ways. We saw them kind of put Zoe Wiley as a chaser on Summers at one point in the first half. And we'll see if they go back to that here in the second. Looking for Reese down low on that block. Danielle looking to post up.
And she just kind of flicked it up. She had pretty solid position there in one-on-one coverage.
And she did a good job of fighting for that rebound, and Fort Gibson gets the ball back.
Well, Victory Christian, one of the rare teams that can match Lady Tigers for the height inside and also have an advantage on quickness.
Yeah.
And I thought Bailey London was going to get by her there. She's taking one more step. Another just a forced turnover.
Summers thought about it. She's going to kick it to Udino. Carlos on the miss.
Oh, good pass by Whiteley. I thought Kinsey should have shot that.
She goes baseline and barely misses the jumper.
I mean, I don't think people realize the accuracy that pass takes. She's on the run, and she doesn't put it where Kinsey London was on the court. She put it where she wanted her to be, and she put it right on the mark.
Zoe Whiteley has been a phenomenal passer so far this season. One of her best attributes, in my opinion.
And the Tigers stay in this junk defense here. Right now, Bailey London's the chaser. It's really solid defense by Whiteley.
Summers loses it. Whiteley fighting for the jump ball.
And that's got to be out of bounds.
And they are going to call it out on Udino. Fort Gibson gets the ball back. Fort Gibson really looking to score here just to get out of the funk, the 14-0 run that they've been on the bad end of that. If they can score here, that makes a huge difference just to kind of get some of their momentum back here in the second half. Kinsey taking advantage of that screen. I almost thought Reed should have drove there.
Bailey London should have drove left right there. She had the wide open lane.
Nice pass by Bailey London to Danielle Johnson. Danielle gets on the board for the first time tonight. Danielle with that soft touch, and there you go, right off the bat. They score first in the second half. We'll see if they can keep it up. Uh-oh, wide open three there for Wakely. She hits it. Tough shot by the freshman.
One full high set here for the Tigers.
Kenzie London takes the three off the mark.
And they've been going under that ball screen all game long, and they're going to keep doing it until Tigers make a 3-point shot.
And I think Uno thought that was out on Daniel or out on Reese Webb.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but have the Lady Tigers made a 3-point shot today? I don't think we have.
I don't know.
See, I love that set right there. It's a double elevator screen for Zoe Whiteley. Victor Christian just doing a great defensive job getting over it.
Nice drive by Zoe Whiteley.
It's a high skill move right there by Whiteley.
I think Bailey London hit a 3 in the first half. I think it was early in the first quarter. Well, it would have had to have been.
Again, good defense. She's straight up vertical.
Victor Christian did a good job of getting the jump ball there. And you know Danielle probably is stronger than Wakely. You want to see her just kind of rip that away as quickly as she can.
There's the elevator screen for the Conquerors.
Better job by Fort Gibson of getting in position and getting that rebound. Reese Webb and Danielle doing a good job there. Hope to keep that up. Fort Gibson going 5 out.
There's a high post split.
Another turnover there for Lady Tigers. And Summers is wide open in transition, and she hits the layup. Summers has 8.
Well, they're going to take a timeout. I think they've got to get something going here, maybe a press. Get more shots at the rim, get more steals, get some looks at some easy buckets because they've got to find a way to get back in this.
Yeah, and that's a good point because Victor Christian is winning by a large margin on the turnover side. And Fort Gibson really hasn't forced a lot of turnovers. Victor Christian's done a pretty good job of handling the ball in this game.
I mean, you think about this quarter alone, this quarter it's pretty even between the two teams. I think it's 5-4 with advantage to Victor Christian. But what's killing them right now is the second quarter. So even though you played really solid in the first quarter and you're playing solid here, you did not play well in the second quarter. So you can't just play solid in the third and fourth quarter. You got to come out, you got to have one big quarter to get you back into it and play extra to get a lead.
Yeah. And that's going to be somewhat difficult for the Lady Tigers because of how evenly matched these teams seem to be.
Basketball is a game of runs. If Christian have one, we'll see if the Tigers have one.
Another steal there from Summers. She's doing a good job today. And Udenho wide open.
That's just poor transition defense. 2 went to the ball, and no one filled the lane. Another turnover. Oh, we caught a foul.
That is 3 straight really quick turnovers for the Lady Tigers. And again, those aren't turnovers that are coming in the passing lanes or, by super aggressive defense. That's just, they drive the lane.
Pressure, yeah.
Yeah. Zoe Whiteley did a good job of getting around that screen and then getting the rebound. And she's going to try and push the pace, and Kenzie London's going to shoot one from the corner, and she hits a huge shot.
Kenzie London had a 3 in the first half. You're right. And it was off just like a driving kick, just like that. So I think it's the second 3 of the game here for the Tigers. And Whiteley, she's at her best when she's running the floor, finding open people in the corner.
Nice ball movement there for Victor Christian.
That's good defense.
And
I don't see how that could be Victor Christian ball.
And it looks like the refs are going to discuss it.
Yeah, they very rarely overturn that.
Yeah.
I think I've seen it happen one time, and it was in the state championship game.
Wow.
Back when I can't remember who we were playing, but we won, I think it was 2013. Only time I think I've ever seen that call overturned.
And it looks like they're going to call a foul on Whiteley. I thought it was Markenzie. I thought that Whiteley was kind of coming around on the outside there, but I could
great
nice
steal by Reese
steal.
Webb. She was completely turned around.
Yeah. And she gets the foul called on Wakely too.
And then she turns around and pulls the Chris Paul. Kind of does it, dribble back, get that foul called. Veteran move right there by the sophomore.
Nice pivot foot there from Reese Webb. Trying to create space.
And Wofford allowed too much of a gap going off that ball screen there and started going right off of Johnson's shoulder.
So a minute 55 left in the third quarter. Still 26-18. 8-7 in the third quarter. Fort Gibson looking to get on a run to end this quarter.
And a great sideline of bounds.
Nice rebound by Zoe Whiteley.
Well, what just happened is they had Reese Webb drive the baseline when they set a back screen for Wofford to float to the corner. She had her wide open. Wofford shoots it this time. And gets to go.
That's out on Victory Christian. Reese Webb fights for another rebound, and Fort Gibson gets the possession back. Great possession so far for the Fort Gibson Tigers.
There's that baseline bounce play again with the wall screen.
Reese Webb is going to get the foul. This time Whiteley going to inbounds it.
Goes under again. And they're going to keep doing that. They're going to play the percentages.
He's had 3 offensive rebounds in this one possession. Ooh, nice save there by Reese Webb.
That's a good thing Reese Webb has long arms.
Yeah. Zoe Whiteley looking to beat another. Kenzie London draws the foul.
Kenzie London's doing a great job of drawing 2 defenders. She just has to find the one open player on her team.
And that was, at that time, it was a Zoe Whiteley.
And that's a hard, when it comes up from one pass and it's behind you, it's hard to pivot, turn around, and find her. Because she's looking on the other side of the court.
Yeah.
These are big.
And she's got those defenders in the way. They're kind of restricting her point of view. Mallory Baker going to come in for Reese Webb. What a quarter Reese has been having so far.
Oh, yeah.
Fort Gibson Lady Tigers needing to hit their free throws. That's been somewhat of an Achilles heel as well in this game, which is fairly unusual. They've done fairly well of hitting their free throws so far as over the course of the season. Looks like Fort Gibson's going to man now. They played that kind of like that 3-2, that extended defense all of the first half.
And they went junk too here.
And they're going to switch it up now. They're going to get the double team.
You got to have that. You get a double team like that, you want to come up with that steal. That's on Mallory Baker right there.
Fort Gibson with the sense of urgency now. 12 seconds left on the clock.
For that next pass. They do. Kids on to do a great job. Put your hands out. That's a foul.
Oh, my
That's the last thing you want right there.
What a shot. How did she hit that? Off balance, gets the foul. One hand, baseline floater. I'll give it to Summers. I have not seen that shot get. Not a lot of people can hit that. And she has 11 so far tonight. So that's the end of the third quarter. Victory Christian Lady Conquerors up 29-19 on the Fort Gibson Lady Tigers. Jim Summers, oh my gosh, what a shot there to end the third quarter. And that's, she's got 11 and Udino's got 10 now, and they have 21 of their 29 points. Those two, you've got to find a way to stop them.
And they've been trying to. Their defense has been focused on those two this entire game, going with the junk defense, the box and one. It just happens to happen. Great players find ways to get open. They find ways to score, even if they're double teamed. We've seen that several times. Just throw it up and she'll come down with it.
And Fort Gibson did a better job there in the third quarter. Only got outscored 10-8. They did. Only thing I noticed is they did so much better on rebounding, especially on the offensive glass, than they were in the first half. And it seems like that's starting to kind of turn into the Lady Tigers' favor there. I didn't see a lot of rebounding from Victory Christian there in the third quarter.
No, you're right. Lady Tigers did a much better job than in the third quarter. However, they've got to find a way to get this advantage back on their favor because they're still down by 10 points.
Yeah. They've got to have a really good fourth quarter here.
It's very possible that they can come out and win this quarter and say, well, look at it. We've won 3 quarters. Well, that's not how basketball is won. It is by a total of score, and we've got to find a way to have a run in this quarter.
Yeah.
Not just have a good quarter, we have to have a great quarter. We saw it the last game with Classen and Elgin. Classen found a way to get back in it, went to overtime, and got beat.
Yeah, Class, I didn't think they were coming back there. That was amazing.
I don't think the clock started on time.
And again, neither team with a lot of fouls. Victor Christian with 4, Fort Gibson with 3. So that probably isn't going to come into play here unless things get a little bit more physical here in the fourth quarter.
See, I set it back up. Make sure the clock starts, and we're good. It's a hard shot to make to go clean on that. So he's got to stop ball. Wiley does.
What I will say is Victor Christian has had some very good on-ball defense. It's very hard to drive the lane on them. Three off the mark there from Victory Christian. Daniel gets the rebound. And turnover in transition. Not what you want because you have a wide open look there. Fort Gibson going back to that man defense. And Wakely's not going to take that.
Well, the Tigers right now is more of a junk defense. They're sending Zoe Wiley on Summers. Okay. They're gambling that just having someone else beat you. Looks like she stepped out of bounds. I like the aggressiveness by Wiley, but I'd rather see her come to a jump stop. There being more control. She had someone in front of her hip, and usually that rule of thumb, you have someone in your hip, you would want to come to a jump stop, come to 2, get on balance, and go up with a big shot.
Fort Gibson has the inbounds pass. Zoe Wiley takes a 3 right off the inbounds, almost hits it. Zoe Wiley has not hit a 3 all game, which is very unusual. Wakely's not going to take that. If she's gonna score, she's gonna score for points down near the basket. A 3 there taken off the mark.
No one blocked out.
And a little over 6 minutes left, down by 10. Of course, 6 minutes is a long time.
Yeah, it is. It's March, anything can happen.
And the Lady Tigers in desperate need of getting on a run here.
Yeah, you might want to see, like, in the last quarter, when there was about 30 seconds left on the clock, they started to get a little more pressure, and they got a hand on the ball. So you might want to see them get some pressure here because you've got to find a way to get more shots. And then you can't just turn it right back over because they had a 1 so early in this quarter, and they turned it right back over, had a horrible pass, not really much defense, But still, it was just a bad pass. That has been the summary of this game, has been bad passes when there's not a lot of pressure.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens here in the rest of the fourth quarter. This is for GibsonTigers.tv, and we'll be back.
If you're looking for some local entertainment, look no further than Green Country Lanes, located on South York Street in Muskogee. A prime place for open bowling, birthday parties, and glow bowling. Come on out to Green Country Lanes, where bowling is a sport for those who have talent to spare.
Hello and welcome back to GibsonTigers.tv. I'm mid now with alongside me is Joe Dean.
And we're back. And right off the bat, Victor Christian draws the foul. Uno with a chance for a couple free throws. She's got 10 so far tonight. Yeah, Udino and Summers are definitely their top two scorers. Udino has averaged 13.3 points per game for the whole season. Victor Christian up 30-19 now.
Yeah, you saw him going to the rim right now. Everything's been on the perimeter.
And Wofford takes the jumper. A little off the mark.
It's a hard shot to make clean.
Yeah. Especially, with all your momentum going that way already towards the bucket, and you have to stop so abruptly. Nice drive there.
That's bad communication in the pick and roll coverage there. Both got caught in no man's land. I don't think they knew what they were doing, if it was a switch or if it was a hedge, because it was too late. Luckily, there was a help side defender there. I think it was Wiley. That time it was better, because Kinsey London did a great job going over the top of that.
A corner three there. Off the mark. Whiteley gets the rebound. Looks to push it out in transition.
Zoe Whiteley doing her thing.
Nice job there from Summers. Getting back. Whiteley with the floater. Mallory Baker with the rebound, draws the foul. Mallory Baker, nice job that time of getting in position. And right now, what you really just want is you want to make this a single-digit ball game. You still got 5 minutes. It's a lot of time, but you want to start getting on a run now, because in the closing minutes, it's going to be a lot harder to come back.
So we missed both. That's the second time we missed both at the line.
Yeah. That's been a struggle for the Lady Tigers tonight. Fort Gibson going back to that man. That seems to be what's working best for them here in the second half. And that is a traveling.
And all the Tigers need right now is a big shot at three, something to give them momentum to get right back in this. All it takes is one.
Yeah.
And you would love it to be that one veteran leader you really have, the one who's got a lot of experience in Zoe Whiteley and Danielle Johnson.
Fort Gibson in and out of the hands of Fort Gibson that time. seemed like they were in good position. They just couldn't come up with
pressure.
it. And they're going to call a blocking foul on Zoe Whiteley. I didn't see it.
Yeah, I thought she just went out of bounds. I didn't.
So Coach London will call a timeout. Real quick, we're going to take this time to thank some of our sponsors. This broadcast is brought to you by Cornerstone Funeral Home and Crematory, Keys Hardware and Supply, Renfro Electric, Fort Gibson Education Foundation, Info Media, Dr. Debbie Coy, The Tiger's Den, Garrett Family Funeral Home, Fort Gibson State Bank, Fort Gibson Nursing Home, and Green Country Lanes and Muskogee Skate Center. Thank you, sponsors, for this broadcast today.
Yeah, we got Coach Wicks here to our left, the coach of the bowling team. I hear they're pretty solid. They got some superstars over there. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and say that he's probably one of those coaches that wants to show that he's still got it. He's like, I've pulled a few perfect games. He probably shows off practice.
Fort Gibson really wanting to get on a run here coming out of the timeout. And they're going to roll with that.
And look at the lineup they're rolling out here. They're going more quickness. They got Reese Webb playing that swing man 4 spot, and they're going Kinsley and Wofford with the wings. So they're going for more quickness. So I really think they're going to try and get more pressure here like we just saw in that last possession. And there it is. You want to trap on that sideline. You want the ball go middle, and there it goes. That's a walk. So, boom. So you got what you wanted. You got a turnover. You didn't force it, but you still got a turnover.
Yeah.
Solid look, you just got to catch that clean. It doesn't matter what the X's and O's are. You can draw it perfect, but it's on the players to execute it. You got to catch that clean. Love to see it throw it and go there with the high post.
They're going to feed Reese down low. She's going to post up. Draws the foul. Good move that time. And Victory Christian does have 7 fouls now. So Fort Gibson with the 1-and-1 now. She hits the first.
Big.
Yeah.
So now Mallory Baker and Bailey London check in as Wofford and Daniel Johnson.
So Reese gets on the board for the first time tonight.
So I'm assuming, I think Baker will probably play that 4 slot as London will move to the 5, and they're probably going to go out and just try to get a bunch of steals right here.
3 minutes left. Fort Gibson down by 10. We'll see what they can do here.
No trap, though. They're saying.
Wide open bucket for Udino.
They're playing really high splits up top of that zone, and it allowed easy drill penetration.
Dangerous pass there. Kinsey London will draw the foul.
You know, I'm honestly surprised they gave it to her because she did get her in the air, but she didn't do a great job of drawing the contact going into her body.
Yeah. Kinsey London hits her first free throw. Fort Gibson starting to get a little bit better from the charity stripe. Hope that continues here in the fourth quarter. Kinsey London leads the team right now with 8 points. That's her 9th. Fort Gibson still down by 10 with about 2.5 left. Victory Christian looking to take some time off the clock.
Great job by Kinsey London staying with her.
Victory Christian did a good job of recovering that time, almost turned the ball over. Fort Gibson being a lot more aggressive here on defense.
And again, time is not on our favor. 2 minutes, 7 seconds left. Like I said, it's a game of runs. We've got to have a run right now. We can't. We can't wait anymore.
Yeah.
Gotta have that. We gotta have that still. She should have shot that.
Udno has 15 tonight. They're going to call traveling on Reese Webb. Untimely turnover there. And Victory Christian looking to close this out. If they can get to a minute left, up by 12, it's going to be really hard for the Lady Tigers to come back.
You know, I've seen it before with a team coming down, back 40-something seconds left, then by 14 before. But, you know, that's for the history books. That's some hard stuff to come back from.
Yeah. Again, we talked about this, but what a difference it would make just to get into single digits. Cut the lead to single digits. Going into that last minute would make a huge difference because then you're only down by 3 possessions.
Yeah. You know, like we said multiple times this game, all it takes, though, is that one big shot going in, get the fans on their feet, get the players believing in themselves for a run to start, but it's got to happen now. Here's the press.
And Danielle back in the game.
They're probably going to switch this. They're having Webb pose a safety. Yeah, that's clean. Hannah Johnson checking into the game.
And that's her first time coming in today, I think.
Yeah, you're right.
Fort Gibson having a lot more height now. Danielle goes to the floor, draws the foul.
I think you might want to go back to that. They helped off one pass away and has slightly dropped to the corner to a wide open 3.
Danielle misses the first. Mallory Baker comes in for Kenzie London. Misses the second. Those are huge free throws there. Wow, nice layup there from Summers.
Shot.
Summers gets the rebound. Minute left to go. Victory Christian up by 14. It is not looking good for the Lady Tigers. Victory Christian wasting a lot of that clock off.
Yeah, they are.
Fort Gibson's not going to foul.
They probably just,
and the Lady
I don't
Conqueror
see him take a
fans.
shot. Probably just dribble this one out.
Yeah. The Lady Conqueror fans are getting up on their feet. And they're going to call a timeout. A little over 30 seconds to go.
Yeah, I think he's platoon swapping here. And we'll see if the Lady Tigers swap as well. And he only sent 2 in, so he didn't do a mass sub like I thought. They're sticking with it all. So he's expecting Coach London to, he's not waving that white flag yet. There's still, 30 seconds left on the clock, but he's not waving it yet. Yeah, you have to deny that.
Baker gets the rebound. Reese is going to take it down the floor. They're just going to feed it to Danielle. She's going to get it quick, too. The clock keeps running. And they're just going to let this run out. So Fort Gibson playing hard till the very end. But that's going to be it for the Lady Tigers. Victory Christian 36, Fort Gibson 24. Hard-fought game. Hard-fought first. And really first, third, and fourth quarters were all pretty close. The second quarter, that 10-0 run was the killer for the Lady Tigers.
It's a game of runs, and Victory Christian had the one run in the game.
So that's going to be it. So Victory Christian's going to move on. And Fort Gibson maybe looking next year and seeing if they have one senior that's starting, Daniel Johnson. They have, Hannah Johnson is a huge senior on this team as well. Yeah. But they're bringing most of their players back, so expect a really good season next year for the Lady Tigers. Yeah. This is FortGibsonTigers.tv, and we'll see you then.